Hey guys. Oh, sorry about that. Hi, how's the connection that just kind of like wonked out on me? Let me know if that looks okay. And of course, say hi to Charlie because you know the motto in my house, where I am, there they are. And that is the case right now. Sorry, I'm twisting this to make sure it's tight. Meech goes right behind me, and Charlie's on my lap. Charlie's on my lap as much as he can be on my lap. If I'm sitting down and Charlie's in the house, he's on my lap. Hey everybody, happy Sunday, happy vegan Sunday, happy vegan Sunday. It is the most glorious, most beautiful day here in Northern California. It's raining. It's pretty much our first rainy, stormy weekend of the season. Our rainy season starts around October, goes through ideally March, though we haven't had that kind of luck lately. Hi, Liv. Isn't it wonderful, Liv? Isn't the rain just wonderful? I mean, the sky right now is actually pretty cool. I don't know if you'd be able to get a sense of it, but the sky right now is so cool. It just stopped a bit. Can you see that? So beautiful. So beautiful. I know the rain is awesome. We've actually been out already. If we didn't have our friend asked us for a spontaneous brunch date at Millennium, so we went out in the rain. Otherwise, I probably would have just stayed in and just stayed like undressed and unkempt. And when I say undressed, I mean like unshowered. I don't mean I'd be running around my house naked. And putting the fire on because it's a cozy day. We've got questions. Oh, I do appreciate rain. I guess because we don't have it all the time and we're still in a drought that I really appreciate rain, but I always appreciated rain. It's one of the reasons I love London. It's one of the reasons I love England in the fall because I love rain in the fall. I don't like rain in Florida. I don't like rain if it's supposed to be sunny. That never happens for us in California. It's never like supposed to be beautiful. Like June it doesn't rain. So anyway, hi Colleen from Houston. Hello Karen. Hello from California. Liv's staying in. Love it. And I know I love the rain. How's your mother and is she vegan? You're very sweet. Okay, I'm not going to forget these questions. I'm just kind of scrolling and saying hi to everybody. Where are you, Yaya, that you don't appreciate rain yet? Hello from London. It's raining a lot here too. Yeah, I couldn't take it all the time, but I like it in the fall. I really do love it. But if I had to deal with, part of it is that I don't like to deal with cloudiness because I love the sun so much. My friend the other day was like, so I don't understand. You love the sun and you love the rain. I'm like, yeah, I love both. Like, I love both. I love the sun when it's sunny and I love the rain when it's rainy. Anyway, hello, Deborah from Ontario. Stacy, good to see you. Hello, Debbie. Send some rain to Southeast Mississippi. We're dry. Okay, I'll send it. No problem. On it. Hi from Arizona. Hello, Mary. Hello, Hillary. Hi from St. Louis. Hi, Denise. And what else? Love it. I do. I don't. No, wait. Natural, like what? Like unclothed natural? Or rain. I'm in Washington State and we have rain all the time. We just survived the Stormageddon of 2016. Yeah, that's a little scary. Yeah, and I heard Humboldt got a lot of rain. I hope you guys are okay up there. You definitely got a lot of rain. Way more than we got. It's not even worth comparing. Oh, I love nature. Yes, sorry. Yes, I do love nature, Melissa. I do. I love it. So it's raining a bit in Iowa. Happy it's rain and not snow this time of year. That's true. Yeah, and again, don't forget, we're in California, so we are a drought state and we need rain. My rain tanks are filling up right now. I want to say as we speak, but right now it's actually, the rain has subsided. But we have rain tanks. We have 1,000 gallons. We have tanks that hold 1,000 gallons of rain water. So every time it rains, I get really excited because it fills up our tanks, and then we have a pump and a hose. Hose is attached to the rain tanks and to the pump, so we can actually pump our water out pretty easily. There was a time when I had these rain tanks, and I would kind of like Little House on the Prairie, go with buckets and water my garden that way, and that became really old really fast. So my husband rigged it up so we have a pump connected to the tanks, connected to the hose, so we can actually use a tank. We can use a hose. Okay, so to answer some of your questions, I will start with the first one. The first one, what do I stand on? Cooking oils. I I actually have no problem with cooking oils as part of a cooking regiment. I don't use a lot of oil. I don't think we need as much oil as, for instance, had been advocated back in the 80s, but I don't think oil is evil. But I do cook pretty low oil just because I'd rather save my calories for something else. So I'd rather spend 100 calories on, maybe lots more vegetables or a glass of wine or some nuts rather than on a tablespoon of oil. So for me, that's where it's at. But I'll use a little bit of oil if I'm sauteing something and I want a little bit of a crispy, smoky flavor. And but I'll often just like do all my soups and stews with no oil at all. So I'm not anti-oil, but I'm also not like pro vats of oil, which I don't know anybody who really is. I mean, I personally don't know anybody who really is. Moving on to the next question. Has that been sufficient for all your outdoor watering? No, Melissa, it's definitely not. We have a pretty large garden. That would just be for the back upper garden. We have a pretty big area up there to water. But it is good for that area. I mean, so it does help. It helps somewhat. But what I have learned about our plants, and we even have a lot of drought tolerant plants, is plants need a lot more water. And than you think. We also have some trees we planted, and eventually there'll be more of a canopy of leaves and branches. Right now it's a pretty sunny garden. It's hard. It's like even with our vegetables, like their vegetables need less sun. Like we have so much sun back there, which is great. And then the second half of that hillside, all like shade and dappled light. So we're lucky to have a lot of different areas with a lot of different soils and types of, the sun access, access. Is that the word I'm looking for? But the plants need a lot more water. So the more water I give those plants, the better. So the tanks really tend to be more of a supplemental watering system. Coming to Houston anytime. I'd love to see you at Rowdy Girl Sanctuary. They're recovering from our 100-year flood. Oh my God. Yeah, I know about all the trouble they've had. I have no plans to come to Houston anytime soon. You never know. My husband's been traveling to Dallas a bit for work, so I'll be in Texas. Maybe we can figure something out, work something out, but I don't have anything on the calendar right now. Allison said, I would love to hear your thoughts on Tyson's recent investment in Beyond Meat. Yeah, well, of course I don't support Tyson. I do think it's wonderful progress. What do you think? Allison, that's a great question, and I will be happy to answer that. This is the first time I've really talked about it at all, really. I haven't even talked to my husband or friends about it. Who told me about it? How did I hear about it? I think it's fabulous. I mean, one of the things I've said before, and I will go on record as saying this, is I really do believe that these meat companies, these animal meat companies, are not in the business because they're sadistic and they want to hurt animals. They're in a business that does hurt animals, and that's how they're making their money. But I believe that they're in this business to make money, and this is how it's been done for a number of years with all of these companies. And so they have shareholders, and they have people who have been making millions of dollars off of the backs of animals. And so status quo, if it keeps working, why break it? Well, it's breaking, and they realize they have to do a fix from a public relations perspective, from a food safety perspective, from profitability perspective. And so if they can make more money or continue to make as much money or more money on products that have lower risk in terms of food safety, have higher profits in terms of how much you have to put into it, and they can, from a PR perspective, really talk about clean meat and really talk about clean products, they'll jump on it, especially if it's been proven to be successful. So I think that's what's happening with Tyson. I've said before that all of these companies, if they could make as much money making vegan meats, they'll do it. They're not attached to the meat, the animal part of the process itself. That's my opinion. Other people might differ. But yeah, so that's how I feel about it. I think it's a good thing, and I think we're going to be seeing more of it. And I support it. I think it's great, and I think it's the direction we're going to see a lot of this going in. Does that make sense? Yeah, the bucket system. Liv says she sautés in water. Billy says, we miss you in Atlanta, come back. I would love to. Tell them to invite me again. Yes, definitely traveled, Luciana, to Italy. Si parlo italiano un po'. And I've been to Italy several times. I love Italy. It's one of my favorite places on the planet. So yes, I have podcast episodes on our visits to Italy and love it. So the answer is C. Melissa says, that's why we quit gardening. So much water needed. Yeah, frankly, there's a part of me that feels like I don't know if I'm going to keep trying to garden certain things because it's just as easy for me to go to the farmer's market. And frankly, these are farmers who are growing almost in our backyard because they're so local, they're so close by that it really is costly to kind of grow your own food until you get a whole system in place. So I might just wind up using farmers markets more. Hello from Copenhagen. Love. Well, I'm saying I love Copenhagen. I've never been there, but I love all things Danish. So welcome. Yes, another Dane. Liv, you and Ashley need to connect. Love it. I love it. I'm originally from New York, but she's working in Denmark. I love it. Hey, Jen, Ben and I are in Rome right now. That's awesome. Oh, that's fantastic. You listen to my podcast. We have found that a lot of the pasta has egg in it. Really? No, I haven't noticed that. Maybe Luciana can weigh in, but I did not notice that. I mean, more of the thicker noodles, like egg noodles, those I find tend to have egg, but not like your typical penne, or a rigatoni, or like shells. Like I haven't really found that. More of your ravioli, your flatter pastas, possibly some lasagna, but I haven't really noticed that the penne and rigatoni and those kinds of pastas have, or bucatoni. That's surprising. Saren said, and if companies can make the shift, employees will still have jobs. Allison agrees with my perspective on the Tyson thing. And that's weird, Jennifer. Well, good luck. And, Rome is definitely known for its pasta and pizza. There's some amazing pizza places down there in Rome, and a lot of vegan places I've been hearing about in Rome. My book is coming along so wonderfully well, Sandy. Thank you for asking. I was going to ask you guys a little bit of some quiz questions related to language and animals that I'm just having a blast with. So hopefully everyone's listened to the animals in the alphabet episode. Hopefully you listened to the animal words with no animal origins, because I think that's super fun. Really enjoying it. I'm right now really kind of just making sure, I feel like I have a really good foundation for the book proposal. I could send the book proposal to my agent right now and probably sell the book, but I really want to make sure that I have everything ready to go once we sell it, so that I don't feel like that contract period is going to be stressful. So I'm really digging into creating a lot of sidebars and anything that I might be missing in the foundational chapters, but it's coming along really well. Thank you for asking. And I will ask everybody to check out the website, ColleenPatrick-Goudreau.com. I haven't switched over Joyful Vegan to forward to ColleenPatrick-Goudreau.com because we're still working out some kinks, and I want to make sure I have everything I need from Joyful Vegan before we go over completely to ColleenPatrick-Goudreau.com. But I would really encourage all of you to go to ColleenPatrick-Goudreau.com, just poke around the website, tell me if everything's working well, sign up for the mailing list. Let me know if that process worked really well for you. I'd really, really appreciate it, because the more I can get some feedback and fix things now while we're launching, the more we can just have smooth sailing as time goes by. Let's see, what else do we have? Hello from Vancouver. Hello, Greg, sorry. I saw Greg and I said Glenn. Yeah, I don't know. That's really surprising to me, Jennifer. Stop hitting those odd places. Liv says, I love regular chow, sliced cheeses, and Daya's cream cheese. I imagine you're being asked your favorite cheeses. And where can I find your podcast? Linda, my podcast is either at ColleenPatrick-Goudreau.com, but it's on all of the podcast places. So iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud. It's called Food for Thought. If you just type in Food for Thought, you will find Food for Thought. And there are 10 years of episodes to catch up on, so get on that right now. Michael, hello, Michael. Chow slices are amazing. They are indeed. It's not cheese, it's Gary. I don't get it. I posted yesterday my almond milk. I've got almond milk in the fridge. I just made some more sausages, although we ate them already. And David's been pestering me to make bagels again. I have been really in the mood to make ravioli, so I might make some ravioli tonight, although I think I'm going to make some miso soup. It is a soup night. It's going to be warm this week. It's going to turn to 80 degrees on Friday, but maybe that's when I'll make some ravioli. Stephanie said hello from Atlanta. More folks from Atlanta. The new website is gorgeous. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, right now the inspirational quote section is a little wonky, but that section is where I'm really I'm going to keep building more on that, but you can easily share from there. So at least you have access to all of the inspirational quotes from Daily Dose of Compassion. I'm glad you like it. Thank you so much, Melissa. That means so much to me. I think it's beautiful. I'm embarrassed about the old site. I feel like it's 10 years old. And meanwhile, that website was only built a few years ago and it just wasn't done well. And I should have had other people do it. But I feel like this one's very modern and very clean and very light and fresh. So thank you. Calling you need to Google the whole Gary Cheese thing. Yeah, my I'm off the grid. I have no idea what you're talking about. Yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about. I'll Google it, Michael. Oh, wait, you both said the same thing. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Oh, you design websites, Melissa. Oh, I didn't remember that. Well, then your opinion means even more to me. Thank you. Thank you very much. I love the colors. I do think it's fresh. And I went back to WordPress. I don't know what the heck took me off of, I was misguided. And some other people had done that website a few years ago and took me off of WordPress. And it feels really good to be back on WordPress. Sorry, it's a little bright now because the sun's peeking through the clouds. I can see it. And it's making everything very glary. Okay, hold on, I can't see. Great minds think alike. Hello, Cindy. Yeah, WordPress is the best. It really is awesome. Your old website looks good too. Getting individual images to share on Facebook is tough. Hope you can pull it off. Check out those inspirational quotes. That's the idea. So we'll see how it works. We'll see how that looks. So what else did I want to say? So we also had a meeting yesterday about the Thailand trip. So I would say probably within a week, I'll be announcing the vegan Thailand trip. It's going to be amazing. We're talking going to a gibbon rehabilitation center. We're going to go to the elephant sanctuary. We're going to go to Soy Dog, which is a wonderful rescue organization in Thailand for homeless dogs. And then there's going to be just fabulous eating and bike rides and visits to temples and just a fabulous group of people. So keep your ears and eyes out for our trip. I will be announcing it soon, but it's definitely a go. And as promised to all those who attended the Compassion Immersion Retreat, we will be announcing it to them first. They're probably going to get a little bit of a break in the price and also just getting the chance to sign up first. And then we'll announce it to everybody. Hey, Colleen, always wonder what food you give your pets. Hello, Deborah from Scotland. We're going to Africa, Devon, in December. You mean this pet? Can you see him? Charlie Barley. Yeah, I have a whole I do have a podcast episode on it. I also have videos on it. I do feed my cats meat, aquatic animals specifically. I talk about the fact that I'm not really persuaded that it's healthy enough for my cats to get vegan food even supplemented with the amino acids they need. So I do feed my cats fish, commercial fish food, and not fish food like food you'd feed fish, but cat food that's made from aquatic animals. That's what they eat. So that's my answer. I have a longer version of that in my YouTube channel. Nikki said Soy Dog. I love them. I know they're pretty awesome. Yeah, it's not easy. I mean, there are people who feed. Oh my God, the sun completely blinding me here. Some people do feed their cats a vegan diet. I'm not persuaded it's the healthiest thing. So my cats don't get vegan diet food. We're going to Africa in December. It's 2 months away. Golden monkeys, chimpanzees, gorillas, mountain gorillas in the Virunga Mountains in Rwanda, genocide museums, Rwandan people, Botswana, safari, lions, antelope, elephants. Blowing my mind. I'm just trying to block out the fact that we're going to have a 24-hour plane ride or plane rides. So if I just block all that out and just think of the animals we're going to see, I'll be fine. Let's see. What do we have? Let me back up a little bit more. I hate the smell of cat food. I do too. An angry Omni real cheese lover hated that vegans called their vegan cheese cheese. Oh, so she suggested we call it something else, such as Gary, for example. And that's what we did. English Salisbury chain included. Oh, that's hilarious. Oh, that's really funny. That is really funny. Oh, are you done, Charlie? Charlie's done. My dog loves carrots, like a snack. That's great. My cat's my cats eat non-vegan, they eat vegan food. Charlie loves chips, but I don't supplement his diet with chips. My dog is vegan, but not my kitties. Yeah, I'm totally in support of dogs being vegan. Just went to your new website and shared one of the inspirational quotes. Easy breezy. Thank you, Jill. Thank you so much for doing that. Love that. That's like real-time testing. Okay, I'm moving this back. Thank you so much for that. Hello, Robo from Portugal. There is a cat food in development that will be based on insects. I'm excited for that to come on the market. My little girl has to have beef because everything else irritates her bowel cancer. That's really sad. Hey, Carrie. I always want to say Carrie when I see your name. Carrie. We already had this discussion. Hi, Carrie. I love it, Jill. Thank you. Yeah, that's interesting. I've often said that I do believe the future of cultured meat is on the horizon, as we already know. And I think the biggest obstacle will be for PR for people. But I think that if we can move in that direction and cat food can be made from cultured meat, I am all for that. I think this is the direction we're moving in. And I think it's very exciting. I loved your reading of Adios Cordera. So touching. Would love more podcasts in this vein, or at least some book short story recommendations. All right, on it, Saren. It's a little hard with the books. I feel like I exhausted so many, and then there's also the copyright issue. So it's I really have to find stories that aren't copyrighted, or I'd have to go through the process of obviously getting copyright permission to read them on the podcast. So I will look into that. But like I said, right now I'm kind of deep into the animal language book. But so excited for this book. Did I mention that? And then there could be a whole series of books that are, about literature based on animal stories. And I do miss reading those stories. I loved them, but it takes some time to research those stories. Liv said, I saw Dr. Greger last weekend at the World Veg Fest. Great talk. Of course, he always gives great talks. That's awesome. I was at Litquake, speaking at Litquake. I wasn't speaking at the Veg Fest, but we had a great panel with Miyoko and Jason Roble and myself talking about veganism. One of my favorite topics. So it was pretty awesome. And I was pretty psyched to be at Litquake. I can't wait to do interviews around the Animals and Language book. I think it's just going to be ripe for so many interesting conversations, television interviews and radio interviews and newspaper interviews. Just like it's such an interesting topic. And I'm really excited about it. So yeah, anyway. Carrie made garlic and green soup tonight. So yummy. Love it. I could make that too. I've got garlic and potatoes and kale from my garden. You're giving me some inspiration. You have inspired me to make my own recipe, Carrie. Thank you for that. I might do that. And I'm really jonesing making bread. I've been watching The Great British Bake Off, and I'm really interested in making bread. And my oven is fixed. My oven was broken for 3 weeks, and my oven is now fixed. So I can bake bread. Jennifer, what was the story you read in the podcast a while back about a statue and a sparrow? Oh, that's the Happy Prince by Oscar Wilde. Yeah, that's a very sweet story. Oscar Wilde wrote that. He wrote a series of children's stories because he used to tell stories to his children, and then he kept writing them for his children and more. So there's a whole compilation of Oscar Wilde children's stories you can find, and that particular one was always one of my favorites because of the sparrow. The sparrow, little sparrow with the poor prince being plucked from all of his jewels, and so that the sparrow could help all of the people in the town. So sad. So sweet. I know, I loved it too. Carrie does rule. Love it. Thank you, Saren. Love it. Tonight, I think I'm going to make miso soup, the easiest soup to make. If you're in need of a quick meal and you've got anything, you can put anything in miso soup. Keep miso paste on hand. I think it's one of the easiest things to make. You can make a small batch, a large batch. Miso paste and water, and then you can do anything else. You can saute some onions first before you put the miso paste in and the water. We have green onions. I put tofu in it as well. I saute mushrooms, or you don't even have to saute the mushrooms first. I do saute the mushrooms first, but you can just put them right in with the miso soup. And I haven't made miso soup in my pressure cooker yet. Maybe I should. It's so quick to do it on the stove. So I don't even know if I would use my pressure cooker for it, because I use my pressure cooker for everything. I might have to use it for my miso soup. It's amazing. Chickpea miso. Oh, I haven't done chickpea miso. I've only used the fermented soy. I love miso soup. Perfect for a night like today. So should we end with a couple questions? Should I quiz you on a couple things? We'll do a couple word quizzes. Animal language. Would you like that? I could ask you, because why should I do all the work? Is what I'm saying. Okay, so there's going to be a, first of all, one of the things I came up with, and this is not original, many years ago, was I wanted to create a garden. I think someone on here may have remembered this. I wanted to create a garden that was named after animals. So just have like an animal garden. So plants that are named after animals. So that's one of the sidebars in the book, which is I'm going to have to narrow it down. This is going to be a big book because I have a lot to say. There's so much related to our language and animals. It's mind-blowing. So there's going to be a whole sidebar of plant names named after animals. So can you name 5 plants, trees, flowers, plants that are named after animals? And just to quickly look at what you're saying here. Megan says, we're having steak and I think we're having potatoes and we're having broccoli. Hopefully not cow steak. Well, the book will be published once it gets sold, so I'm still writing the proposal. So 5 plants, trees, garden plants, edible plants, ornamental plants, flowers, whatever. So we've got 1. We've got dogwood. Perfect. We've got rattlesnake grass. Wait, do I have rattlesnake grass on my list? Do I? I do have rattlesnake grass. Nice. Love it. What else you got? Tiger lily. Love it. Horsetail. Love it. I love when I'm doing this. I have to check to see if I have it. Yep. Tiger lily. I'm sure I have tiger lily. It's right there. Love it. Cat's briar, lamb's ear, cattail. Well done, Devin. Foxtail, absolutely. Absolutely. Love it. What else you got? Catnip, definitely counts. Absolutely. What else you got? We got some good ones there. I have a couple favorites. I love the plants. Catnip is all I could think of. Carrie's head. What would be let's see, what would be one that I could describe? It's hard because they're also regional, right? So I might have flowers here and trees that you don't have where you are. Snapdragon, exactly. I am counting dragons as animals, even though they're mythical dragons because they're not real. Bee balm, I definitely would count. I'm crowdsourcing my book. I'm like, no, I really have all these. I do. I have all these. Wolfsbane. I love wolfsbane. I have it. Isn't that awesome? And then there's fun ones because there is toad plant. Toad plant. See, this is what's so good. I have a toad lily. I don't have toad plant. Is toad lily different than toad plant? Dogwood we've got. Love it. Love it. Wolfsbane. Wolfsbane. That sounds like it's from like Lord of the Rings. Wasn't wolfsbane talked about in Lord of the Rings? Anyone? Chicken of the woods, definitely. And there's hen of the woods as well. There's like hen of the woods and, well, there's chicks and, was it hens and chicks? Isn't it hen of the woods? I guess it's chicken of the woods or hen of the woods are probably the same. I have hen of the woods. Hen, don't I? Hen I have hens and chicks, but and I have hens of the woods. But I think chickens of the woods is the same thing. Sheep's head mushrooms. I don't know. I think it was wolf's. I think wolfsbane was in Lord of the Rings when Aragorn is looking for some kind of antidote to the poison that Frodo was poisoned with when he was stabbed by a Morgul blade. So that's what I think. I thought it was wolfsbane for that. No, I've never read Harry Potter. I've never read Harry Potter. Lamb's ear, indeed. Plants are not your area of expertise. Yeah, definitely nerd alert. Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely nerd alert. But yeah, that's my memory. Lobster mushroom. Actually, you know what's interesting? I'm going to do a separate sidebar of food, edible plants. So like horse chestnut, and I like lobster mushroom. What's another one? Like horseradish. So food plants would be separate from probably the ornamentals. Wolfsbane has all sort of voodoo stuff associated with it. So I think wolfsbane. Look at this. Look at this preciousness. Can't stand being away from me. Can't stand it. It's very needy. Wolfsbane. What else? Okay, you want to hear some more? Okay, I'm going to give you some more, Devin. You clearly are a nerd. You gave me a bunch. Oyster mushroom as well. Absolutely. Let me see if I have that one on here. I don't. I might have a separate list for my food plants. All right, let me give you some more. Parrot speak. Got it. It's on my list. I might not be familiar with it, but it's on my list. All right, I'll give you some more. Bird of paradise. Absolutely. Got it. Yeah, on there. Spider lily. Then there's, I love monkey's paw. Do you guys know monkey's paw? Monkey's paw is one of my favorite plants. I love monkey's paw. He's very cute. I also love kangaroo paw and butterfly bush. Love butterfly bush. I mean, that counts even though it's kind of named after the animal who's attracted to it, but it still counts for me. Thank you, Karen. Snake plants. Do I have snake plants on here? I have rattlesnake grass. I have snake plant. Sansevieria. Pussy willow. Counts. Elephant ears. Skunk cabbage. What else do I have? Hold on. Let me see. Yeah, so what else do I have? I have monkey's paw, kangaroo paw, emu bush, butterfly bush, horsetail, lion's tail, monkey flower, zebra grass, gooseberry, ox eye daisy, coyote brush, goldfish plant. I've got so many. I'm not going to read them all. You're going to be bored. Fleabane, not just wolfbane. And then there's fun ones like the etymology you wouldn't know, but like bumelia is the Latin term, the botanical term for a North American tree or shrub, and it comes from cow. I'm going to have a whole sidebar just on cow, cattle, steer, bull words, bovine words, and bumelia is one of them. You also have something like, what's another one? Hold on. Stay with me. Hold on. There's a jackass clover? Didn't know that, but it's on my list. Hold on. What's another one? Like, well, there's cowslip. Like lupine. Like lupine is from the word for wolf. So that goes on the list. So it's not just the English words. It would be the botanical words as well. Male fern. Wait, what? That's not an animal. Skunk cabbage doesn't sound so great, doesn't. Horse mint is another name for bee balm. I love that. Nerd. Male fern. What's with this male fern? That's not an animal. Bat face flower. Bat. I have bat plant. I wonder if that's the same thing. Bat face flower. Thanks. I am crowdsourcing topics for my book. Thank you. I have elephant ear. I do. Spider plant, parrot speak, I think we said. Tiger jaw, shrimp plant, rabbit's foot. tick seed, which is coreopsis. I love coreopsis. It does not attract ticks, but the small seeds resemble ticks. So it's called tick seed. Read my notes. Crane's bill, which is geranium. Dragon's blood is a sedum. How cool is that? How cool is that? I know, there's some really awesome names. I'm also doing, and I'll test you on one thing, and we're going to do this in 60 seconds because I have to go, mostly because I'm about to run out of power on my phone. I'm also doing a sidebar on tools. So if you listen to the most recent podcast episode, and I'm hoping all of you have, I did an episode where I talked about 5 words that have animals in the words, but the origins have nothing to do with animals. For instance, piggyback. Pelican flower, awesome, thank you, Jennifer. So piggyback is an example of a word that has nothing to do with pigs. And one of the ones I also talked about was monkey wrench. So monkey wrench has nothing to do with monkeys. And I'm also going to do a sidebar on tools and machines that are named after animals. So can you give me 5 tools? Melissa? I didn't spoil anything because you know by the title that these are animal words that have no animal origins. So I haven't spoiled anything. Piggyback is one, and I think I also mentioned that in the description. And monkey wrench is the other, is another. And a horse apple. Okay, Devin, wait, we're moving on to tools. I'm like, wait, there's a horse apple tool? We're moving on to tools. Devin, we'll discuss plants again. Don't worry. Can you name 5 tools named after animals? Or that are, have animal names. I want 5. 5, not including monkey wrench, not including monkey wrench. I will be so impressed. And I'm saying like tools and machinery, kind of like expanding it. Okay, so I want 5. And don't cheat. Just think. Use your brain. Use your brain. What do you got? I think 5 is pretty easy. Crowbar. Yeah, like there are 5 that I knew of that I could come up with myself. And then the rest I looked up. Crowbar, tool. Shark vacuum. I've never heard of shark vacuum. What's a shark vacuum? Is that like a brand? Sawhorse, love it, Stacy. We've got 2. We've got sawhorse. We've got bobcat. I'm using it. I'm using bobcat. Love it. Crowbar, that's 3. So sawhorse, bobcat, and crowbar. And a shark something or other is the thing to clean out pipes that's called a snake. Oh yeah, I actually don't even have that on here. I'm writing that down right now. A snake, I love it. Yeah, like to get into like clean out the plumbing. Chicken foot is a domino game. Actually, I'm gonna have a separate one where I'm talking about games and sports. There is a machine called a caterpillar. It's more of a vehicle, isn't it? But I'm taking it because if I take Bobcat, I'm taking Caterpillar. And it might also be a brand. It's awesome. And yes, wait, what's this? Wait, what's this? The snake? Oh, sorry. That's what you were saying. Like a snake, no, wait, what's a shark vacuum? Wait, I'm completely confused. What's a shark vacuum? Writing it down. Writing it down. Dingo? Is dingo? Really? Is that like, what is that? What's a dingo? I don't know anything about that. It's a brand. Got it. Okay. It's awesome. And yes. What does it do? What? Dog-eared refers to a book. It's true. That's definitely one of the words I have in the book. A shark is a brand. Got it. Thanks everybody. I've never heard of shark. Shows you how much I work with tools. Did we get 5? I think we got 5. We got crowbar. I want one more tool. John Deere. That's true. That's funny. Well, that's a brand, right? It's worth mentioning. It's kind of fun. It's worth mentioning. I'm also doing cars that have animal names. How many cars are there? We're not doing that right now. Don't do it now. Don't start naming cars. But we're doing that as well. What about crane? A crane is another. Sawhorse we already had. Battering ram I'm using also, which I love. There's a crocodile clip or alligator clip. Flywheel is on here. Yep, I love it. And catwalk. And I have flywheel, herringbone gear, butterfly valve, bucksaw. There's so many more. Isn't that fun? Catawamper, right. I feel like there's a medical tool that has a butterfly in the name. That does sound familiar. Catawapis? I don't think it's tool. I think it's a nonsense word. Is that a tool? Maybe. But you did it. You guys did it. That's awesome. I love it. You did it. Well done. Well done, you. So that's the kind of fun stuff we're doing. And then we're doing some deeper stuff. There's some deeper talking about euphemisms that the animal exploitation industries use and doublespeak, and we're talking about etymology of words like pig versus pork and cow versus beef. You've heard me talk about it, but it's a rich chapter. It's my favorite chapter. It's the sample chapter that I'm sending to publishers, so keep your fingers crossed. There's pejoratives, a chapter on words, racist and sexist words that we use as pejoratives against other people, but we use animal words. It's rich. And then there's fun stuff like this. And the point is, we use language that is really derogatory against animals, and that is not okay, and it really affects and reflects our treatment of them. And then there's also, our language is so rich with words that have to do with animals in all these ways in our everyday lives. If we started counting how many words and expressions and idioms and tools and cars and all these words and expressions that we use that are related to animals, then if we are clearly so tied up with them just in our language and our consciousness, then we do need to rethink how we treat them and how we consider them in this world. So it uses both the positive and the negative to say either way, we need to do better when it comes to our treatment of animals. And I will end on that note. So that is my rant about my book. Keep your fingers crossed, hoping to wrap it up by the end of this month, get the proposal done, send it off to the agent, hopefully not have to make too many changes. Working on the TED Talk now that the website is done. Really excited about that. Gonna hopefully get the TED Talk out there. And again, go to the website, ColleenPatrick-Goudreau.com. Give me any feedback you have. Let me know if you find anything that's wrong. Sign up for the mailing list and get your free Joyful Vegan Starter Guide. And let me know if that worked out really well for you, because I need to know if there's any problems I need to fix. Mariah said that was a fun game. Can't wait to read what you're working on. That's it. And words matter indeed. You are all amazing. I adore all of you. And Charlie and I and Michko, who's somewhere, and my husband wish you well. Have a wonderful Sunday. Here's to more rain. And see you soon. Thanks, everybody. Talk to you soon. Oh, of course, Stacy, you're so sweet. Thank you. Thanks, everybody. You're going to be so aware of your language now. I invite you to go out there and listen to how you speak and the words you use. And if there's new tools and flowers and plants that I might need to include, crowdsourcing. Love any ideas you have, any thoughts you have, so send them my way. Happy Sunday to you, Jessica. Thank you so much. Ciao, goodbye, au revoir, arrivederci, and all of that.